What you doing?
Ran out of space on my phone, so I'm deleting some stuff. Bye, singing dog. Bye, goal.
I pronounce you.
Bye, wedding ceremony.
Stop. At Metro PCS, you get 2 free phones with twice as much memory.
Really?
Don't say bye to your memories. Switch to Metro PCS and get 2 free LG K20 Plus phones with 32 gigs when you switch 2 lines. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figure it out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
Blog Talk Radio.
Well, here's a surefire sign that you are way too busy. When you start thinking that Wednesday is either Thursday or Friday, when you start thinking that it's actually 4:30, not 3:30, it's either that or I need either sleep or a good glass of wine, I'm guessing, or all of the above. Hey, folks, it's me. I'm so excited and so nervous about today's guest. First of all, it's pretty monumental because if you follow me, you already know that I've never, and I mean never in almost 5 years, have I ever interviewed a football player, let alone a former football player. So I'm a little nervous. Hopefully he'll be able to teach me a few things I didn't know, and he's quite spectacular himself. Got a lot of accolades under his belt, and he sounds like a terrific person, and the person who set me up with him is even more terrific. So I'm really super excited to be showcasing him today. Before he gets on the line, I just want to remind everybody real quickly of the next 2 shows I have this week. I've been posting them as they come along, unfortunately, because I just came back from New York City, and if you follow me, you already know my car is a piece of junk already. It's not operating, so I've been having to deal with the car and the children, and there's just been no time. So just as a heads up, and there'll be a posting up about this later, Thursday's show, which is tomorrow, is 11:30 Central Standard Time, and that's going to be Linda Booker. Linda Booker is actually the director and a producer of an environmental documentary, which is called Straws. Straws happen to be narrated by none other than the one and only Tim Robbins. So I'm so excited to find out what it was like to work with him. It's making a big slew of buzz around the city, because not just because it's an environmental film, but about the fact that it brings to light so many different things about how such a simple little thing in our society can cause such a huge problem with the environment. She's doing quite well. She's sweeping the storm, so to speak, in terms of taking film festival awards. So I'm super excited for her and to talk to her. She was actually most recently participating in the Newport Beach Film Festival, which unfortunately I could not attend because I had to be somewhere else. So luckily she willingly agreed and said, hey, I'll come on the show. So that'll be 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. And then I am actually having one more show on Friday, and that's going to be Sue Phillips. For those of you that are friends of mine on Facebook, you might have noticed that while I was in New York City, I went to go visit the lovely Sue Phillips, because she is actually the entrepreneur who owns a company called the Centurium, a.k.a. I believe it's called Centerprises/Centurium. Either way, either company is Sue Phillips. She's going to be coming on the show this coming Friday at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. The purpose of her coming on is a couple different reasons. First of all, we're going to talk about the Sin Chanel line that we're going to be starting. I'm so excited about this. I'm not quite sure why people want to smell like me, but apparently some people have said I smell wonderful, and so I should get myself a personalized sort of scent. So she's going to assist me in terms of coming up with my own cologne, which is exciting. I got to see her facility firsthand, and I'm really excited to try to embark upon that. Second of all, we're going to talk about how to not only formulate your own scent, but some of the celebrities she's worked with. We're going to talk about some of the companies she used to work with, including Lancome and obviously Elizabeth Arden and Tiffany and Company. And we're also going to get an opportunity to talk about some of the appearances she's made, but more importantly, she has discovered a link between scents and how they help us in terms of she had a cancer patient, she's had somebody who's been in chemotherapy, somebody who's been in seizure treatment, and she was able to literally work with scents to try to make a difference in terms of helping them with their health. So I'm super excited because, as we all know, obviously this mom right here was a seizure patient mom for 3 years. So I'm really excited to talk about what she can or cannot do in terms of using fragrance. So again, that is 1 o'clock Central Standard Time on Friday. So I'm super, super, super excited to be showcasing these two people. So without further ado, let's talk to our celebrity guest today and see what he's got to say. Good
Hello?
afternoon. Is this Raheem?
Yes.
Hi. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm very nervous. Thank you very much. You're a very big deal. When I have big deals come on the show, I'm super nervous. First of all, you're going to teach me a little something. So we're going to start right off with the one subject I know very little about, because I know you know a lot about football, and I know that I know very little about football. So I want to talk about this a little bit just because of your history in football. I want you to tell me, as a novice, I'm a chick, so this is what I do know. I get it. I get what you guys do. I get the whole concept of football. But people keep nagging me to go to bars and watch football games, and I'm like, this is so boring, I just want to die. So I know that you're an avid, not only were you a player, but you can tell me if there is such a thing as a book called Football for Dummies, because literally this is what I don't get. This little guy with the white and black suit on, and he's like, number 17, and I'm like, what? I'm thinking, okay, I had a glass of wine, but what the hell is that? So talk to me. Tell me about is there a beginner's manual for football? Because I kind of want to get it. My friends are athletes, and they've played football, and you've played football. So tell me a little bit about how to appreciate the sport a little bit more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, you can go get a book, but I would say, go and hang out at the bars and maybe ask somebody that might tell you, that'd be more fun than just reading a book.
You think so?
A while.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
you got to be careful or don't ask the wrong guy because, once guys get focused on the game, they might not want to be bothered. So, yeah.
Well, and not to mention the fact. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying, that you got to make sure you know who you're asking about the game. You don't want any incidents.
Well, and what I've noticed is I live in Green Bay. Well, obviously I live in Wisconsin. I live in Green Bay. I live about 2 hours away. So obviously the Packers are here. And so, I'm friends with, who Gilbert Brown is, right? He used to play for the Packers. So we're friends, and he's always saying to me, we should go hang out and go to a game. Well, he used to play. So I'm going to guess that when you hang with a player, they're going to have a different mentality, a different way of looking at the game versus somebody who's just a fan watching.
Yeah, we want to look at it much deeper than the average fan.
Oh, without a doubt, definitely. Okay, so there you go. Gilbert, we can't go to a game together, apparently. So I want to talk about this because this is awesome. To my listening audience, to those that don't know, you obviously played 10 seasons with the Indianapolis Colts and secured a Superbowl win, so kudos to you on that. Obviously also played with the Seattle Seahawks. This is what I want to know. What is it about football that drew you to it, meaning having such a passion and a love for it? Because I know you've moved on to acting, but it seems as though half of your heart is still with football. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I just love, to compete. I compete in any sport, but I love the physical, in the sport, the camaraderie, just having that family atmosphere with guys from all over the world. And, those are guys that you'll be close with for a long, long time. And, I get to knock out a quarterback and thousands of people scream and yell. There's nothing better than that. So
that is so cool. Oh my gosh. So, my kids are 10 and 12, and so they knew that I was going to interview somebody who used to be in the NFL. So this question is from them actually because they're younger. So they want to know what it's like if it's really scary for you when you have somebody literally coming at you at 100 miles an hour. They're like, isn't he really scared or afraid? Or if he wasn't afraid, ask him why he wasn't afraid. So I'm like, that's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really we study players, so if somebody's coming at me, we know how to protect ourselves. If I'm an aggressive guy and somebody's coming towards me, I'm gonna try to try to knock him out, knock him down. Sure. It depends on what type of play is going on. I'm not a guy that's going to be, afraid of somebody that's bigger than me. It's just guys know how to protect themselves. They know the advantages they have if they're going against somebody that's bigger and things like that. So it's just little details that make you more confident in yourself so you don't get hurt.
Oh, sure. I understand. I do. So I only have one more football question because I don't want to obsess too much on football because, of course, like I said, I'm a dummy and I don't get it, so I don't want to sound like a complete idiot. However, this is a really important question. One of the guests that's coming on my show somewhere down the line, I'm sure you've heard of Dr. You remember the movie Concussion that came out recently?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it or not, about the concussion and all that good jazz. The actual doctor, you haven't seen the whole thing?
No, because it just remind me of stuff I already knew. It just wasn't.
I gotcha. I was just going to say.
Just trying to get good movie though.
No, it is a really good movie, and so it prompted me. And my kids are Will Smith fans, so anytime the kids say something, I'm like, okay. So I'm going to have this. The doctor himself is going to come on the show. So I guess this is my question to you, having been in the situation you've been in. Obviously, his assertion is things may not be as safe as they need to be on the football field. So I want to ask you, as having been in that capacity at one point, Did you ever feel concerned, or do you have that concern about the CTE thing that's going on around there? You know, obviously there's a lot of talk about the fact that you could be affected by something like that. Is that ever concerning to you?
Oh,
or have you
yeah,
ever thought
definitely.
to yourself, yeah? Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been getting tests and trying to stay on top of things ever since I learned about the whole concussion, CTE situation, and
Sure.
The different forms of concussions and things I didn't know about. So yes, I'm paying a lot of attention to that right now. Probably will be for the rest of my life.
I imagine so, definitely. So any recommendation for the kids out there, or the younger folks that are listening out there, if they want to get themselves heavily involved in football, what would you tell them right now? What sort of advice would you give them if they were listening in and considering a career in that?
Probably, I mean, if you love it, I mean, go for it. It's a great sport. You meet a lot of great people. You know, it's a great family atmosphere. You compete together with guys you know to
Sure.
win a championship, and it's a great game. You know, it's the most watched game in America, and it's the most watched game in America for a reason. And
All right.
if you're going to play, give it your all. You know, don't disrespect the game, and give it your all when you go out there and play.
I understand. Great advice. Thank you. And ironically, I saw a quote that you actually made a comment that was, my first heartbreak was not from a female, and I found that interesting. So I want you to explain that to the audience. I think that's cool. I mean, not cool because obviously there's a downside to this, but your first heartbreak wasn't from a female, which means obviously, explain to our audience what you meant by that.
Yeah, I mean, I worked very hard in high school to help my team get to a championship and everything. You know, we missed it my sophomore, junior year, and, you know, we was hoping our senior year, a bunch of seniors that were graduating with me, and we got to the championship game, and we lost it. So it was kind of heartbroken, and, you know, that was my first heartbreak. You know, I trained really hard. And just to be let down, I was hurt, as you could see in the picture. But,
no kidding.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, I learned you learn to push even harder. You know, you take it to another level, and you just keep growing. You know, you learn from it.
Without a doubt. I understand completely. Well, I guess we got to get to the really important stuff, which is this. You're not a bad-looking fella, so I'm curious. The women in the world want to know if you're actually single or not.
Yeah, I am.
Before I die here.
And
get out of Dodge.
I am,
I don't believe
very,
that for 5
picky.
seconds. Really?
Yeah.
You're single, really? It's hard to believe that. I mean, you have a lot going on for you. I mean, you have a lot going for you, I should say. So, you know, a guy of your stature, obviously, and you represent them.
Yeah. I'm just focused on a lot of things I have, you know, especially the acting thing. So I'm constantly studying and going on auditions and, you know, trying to learn and improve myself as an actor and, you know, and as a person as well. But, you know, that's my focus for the main part right now. If the relationship happens at some point, then it happens.
I hear you. I do. And, of course, one of the things I noticed, oh, my God, your dad, Tatiana, your child, beautiful child. Beautiful. Oh, my gosh. Well, and it must be difficult because I talk to a lot of people that I interview. How do you manage to juggle that? Because obviously when you're a parent and you're trying to become an actor, and of course you have your foundation, all those things going on, how do you balance all of that successfully?
I mean, I have some people that, you know, help me out, and you know, it's hard. It's time management and definitely trying to be with the kids as much as possible and still be able to focus on the stuff I have to get done. So I just had to find a way. It has to be done.
You bet. I understand. And she turned out lovely, by the way. Oh, my gosh. I was looking at this picture, and I thought to myself, my God, he must be so proud. Our kids are everything, I have to say. So definitely. But I noticed that you're not exclusive to just football. You're not exclusive to acting. So talk to me a little bit about the record label. Where did that initiate from? Why did you want to do something like that? And what are you hoping to do with it?
I've been doing music for a long time, and it's just a tough industry. And being as though I'm in the music industry, being as though I was an athlete coming into the music industry, it's kind of tough. So I went through that. I worked with some artists for a couple of years. Right now, I kind of slowed down on the music. I do have a passion for music and being a part of the whole creating process and management. Mm-hmm. But I had to back off a little bit and focus on my acting. So that's what I've been doing for the past couple of years now.
Right. That's what I thought. And now I wanted to clarify this because I saw when I was researching you, I know that back in 2008 you had signed an agreement, of course, to collaborate with Wingstop Restaurants. So I wasn't quite sure what the status of that was. So what is the status of that? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I stopped doing the restaurant a couple of years ago. It was a while ago. We had a problem. I had a problem with management, and then I had it open while I was playing ball. So, it was a lot of things that was, going on when I can't have my eye on it like I want to. And, once you're a new restaurant, even though I try to keep things together, once you're in a new restaurant and you have bad management in the neighborhood, and it's hard to get the taste out the mouth of customers. So that was the difficulty I had at that point. And then, I'll probably open another one somewhere down the line. But right now I'm just, focusing on other things. Right. No, I get you, obviously. One of the coolest things that you've done, obviously, is develop your own foundation, which I know you started in 2007. Clearly, just so that folks know, it focuses on social, athletic, and academic development in youth, which I think is outstanding. And you offer the two various different scholarships, which is, of course, the Student Athlete Scholarship and the Cheyenne-Dixon Scholarship. So this particular foundation, what brought that about? What was the motivation or inspiration behind that? I just knew how hard it was for me coming up in Philadelphia. I know how it is in the inner city. It's a struggle. And I just wanted to give back and, help some families out, some maybe kids, and, make it a little bit easier for them. It's not much, but, it's something. And I just love it. I love giving back to my city. Yes, it's something that you should be hugely commended for. Actually, it's quite honorable to see somebody in your status do something like that to help so many people. So congratulations on that. That's an awesome accolade to have out there. And I'm sure there's tons of people that appreciate it and kids that benefit from it, obviously. Yeah. I was looking at you, and I noticed that you have, one tattoo. I'm kidding, folks. Take a look at him. He's got, ink everywhere. I can't even count how many tattoos you have. I'm about to get my first one. I'm like, oh, my God, this man has, 75. Obviously, I'm going to guess that. Is that just a football thing? Because a lot of football guys have tattoos. Or is this just you wanted body art because it's significant to you? What was the purpose of all that? Oh, yeah, everything's significant to me. That's on my body. But, yeah, I think tattoos are getting really popular again. I thought. No. I see everybody getting tats now. But I only got 4 or 5. I think it's 4 or 5. Really? But it looks like you have 10 or 12. Yeah, because they're kind of big. Yeah, that might very well be. Because when you're looking at you, it's tough. It's hard to see because when I look at the picture, I'm like, is that one or is that, they all kind of mesh together? And just look at him, or Google him, or look at the Wikipedia or whatever have you, and you'll see that good stuff. I want to give you the opportunity to. I know that you have a tattoo of your sister, so I don't know if you're comfortable talking about that or not. But I thought that was significant because that's part of you that's very important. Yeah, my sister had passed away. She was 13. A couple of years, probably 2009 or 8, and it was a bad car accident, and I had got a tattoo, and it just brought the family together, but gave me a little extra boost to work even harder, to do some things that maybe in my mind that I thought I couldn't do. and after that, I ended up having like one of my greatest seasons when I went to Seattle. So I don't know, it was a crazy incident, but she definitely helped me out, the rest of that year.
Sure. And I see that. I have a question relative to your education. I know you went to Temple University early on, and clearly now because you've gotten into acting, I have tons of people that listen in that are in acting or in the entertainment industry. So to anyone that's listening in, maybe can you talk about some of the places that you've studied acting that you find have been most helpful for you in your career so far?
I've studied in Philly with Mike Lemon, Diane Heary, and Kathleen Wickline.
Okay. I got it.
And then in New York, I've been at Actors Connection, which is pretty good because some of the casting directors come in there and do their little seminars, and it's good to network as well because you have people that are maybe just coming in the city or been there for a while and are been acting for a while and have come in there and just wanting to network because you get in front of the camera and the casting director. I've seen somebody get picked up right in class. This lady, it was a comedy little class I went to one day. The casting director signed the lady right from class. Said, I've been looking for you.
Really?
So it's great to be there. And then Terry Schreiber is also great classes over there with Terry and Bob and all those guys. So definitely those two. I
gotcha. Now, on the personal side, there's a couple of things I know about you. This weirded me out to know that you're a lover of actual rare books, which I thought to myself, that was surprising to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm having a hard time picturing you getting really engrossed in a book. A script, yes. A book, no. I'm like, yeah, I just can't picture this. So where did that love come from? It just doesn't seem you.
The only thing I'm reading now is scripts and stuff on business, plays and everything like that. That's the only thing I've been reading for a while now.
I gotcha. Well, you obviously have
scripts.
Yes.
Yeah, I really like reading plays and just learning. The whole acting thing, just learning about people and about people's lives and doing my research on certain characters and things like that, and just and being able to understand how some people's lives are and being able to play the character. So that really is interesting to me. Because a lawyer, you want to be a lawyer. You're going to be a lawyer for the rest of your life. An actor can go in and you're not going to be an actual lawyer, but you actually might play a lawyer, as a character. But you have to study and learn that person to actually become that person. And there's so many characters that you can study for. It's just endless, and I like that.
I understand. And as word on the street is, or so I have heard actually, and I know you've said this before, you enjoy playing the bad guy, which again is intriguing because obviously, now I have not seen the production that's coming up clearly because it's happening on May 20th, so it hasn't come as of yet. I know your character, you play Colin Drake in this production of what they call Safe, which is going on May 20th, obviously at the Producers Club. I'd like you to talk a little bit about the character and how the character suits you, or were you handpicked for it? Was this something you read for, or they gave it to you, or how did this all come about?
Yeah, I read for it.
Okay.
Colin Drake is he's a guy that wanted to start his own baseball team back when the Negro Baseball League was out and all the guys were trying to make it to the majors. So he sacrificed a lot, with his wife to get this team together, and it made them break up. So he's just really passionate about starting this team, and that's all he was focused on. But, he was doing that to not only satisfy himself, but to bring good things for his wife, but his focus on baseball kind of messed everything up. And he goes into a big depression, but his team is doing good. One thing is doing good, career is doing good, family's bad. And I can relate to that because you go through the ups and downs. People don't know what a player's going through as they're playing on the field. They just expect them to come out and play a great game, every game. And guys have to go through the stuff that's going on in their life, with the family and anything could be going on. So I can relate to him having to deal with that and then the sacrifice. And it's a great play. It's a lot of comedy in there, and it's a drama, and it's a little mixture of everything. So it's about it's about the whole baseball team trying to make it to the championship and make it to the majors for the most part.
Oh, right. I gotcha. And this is not your first performance, so obviously you've been in other places doing this production in front of other people. So I'm curious to see what has the response been like so far in terms of the other productions that you've done? The response has been great.
This play. The response has been great. We've been selling out, all our shows. We've been getting good responses, so we might continue on and try to do some weekend shows from like a Thursday to a Saturday or Sunday, something like that. We were talking about.
I got it.
But we want to continue to get good feedback and maybe grow to maybe hit Broadway, hopefully.
Oh, no kidding. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah, because I was surprised, because when I had learned that it was just one day, I thought that's really tough sometimes, because obviously people like myself, it's just one day, it's a little harder to get to. So it would be kind of nice to actually see maybe an extension or get out as far as that goes. And what have you noticed in terms of the chemistry between yourself and the cast, et cetera? What is some of the one of the more memorable things you've got working with this production? Because I know you have mentioned before that you like the on-screen, like the stage play sort of thing, meaning that the audience is right there. They respond right away, similar to maybe football or other things you've been involved with. So that must be a neat experience.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same, because you still get that adrenaline, that feel from the crowd, that responses, and it's kind of the same feeling. It's just not on the magnitude of 100,000 people. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of, you actually get the same feeling from football. But my cast is great. Everybody has their own personalities. Comedians, mainly everybody's comedians, so it's always lively and everybody's always having fun. It's a great atmosphere. And we just come out and try to put on a great show and leave everybody, happy and laughing and leaving, like they saw a great show.
That's awesome. So it sounds like this Colin Drake character that you're playing might be some parallel to yourself, meaning that you see some of yourself in this character, and I imagine it's much easier to play someone you can resemble, without a doubt, certainly. To those folks that don't know exactly, so now it's playing at 6 o'clock on May 20th at the Producers Club, and from start to finish, approximately how long is the production?
Probably hour and a half, 2 hours, probably 2 hours.
Gotcha. That's what I thought. I wasn't 100% sure because I wanted to say it was 90 minutes.
Intermission. Yeah, it has an intermission, but it might be like an hour and a half. I
gotcha. Okay, I just want to make sure about that as far as that goes. Now, do you think meaning moving forward, once the production of Safe is completed, are you going to continue to do more of the stage play things, do you think, or do you think you might venture more into film?
I like both of them. I like both. I mean, they both. Being in front of a live audience, like I said, it gives me that, that feel of still being on the field. You're still performing live, and you still get that energy from the crowd. The film is just a little more detailed to studying, and it's just great to see how it comes out after it's edited and everything like that. So.
You bet. Absolutely.
Go ahead.
And the reason I asked that is only because I know that you just completed, according to your profile, it says The Promise of Forever was completed in 2017. So is that something that we can look forward to seeing in the future?
Yeah, they pushed it back a little bit, but it should be coming out sometime soon. I think they have like 2 or 3 more scenes to film with something to do with the weather.
Got it. Okay. I just wanted to clarify and make sure of that, just because of the fact that most of my listeners, usually if they see you in one thing, they're going to want to see you in about 50 or 60 other things. So we wanted to make sure of that. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess that you're not sold out. So what that means is, folks, that there is plenty of room and space that will be available this coming weekend to be able to see him. I wish that I could see you, but I just missed you by a week. I was just in New York City, and now I'm not due back until June, so I can't. So please, please, please make the play stretch out so that I can come back and see you at the Producers Club or anywhere else for that matter, because I feel badly that I'm not going to see you. I've extended an invite out to 200 of my friends in New York City because they're there and they know where the Producers Club is. And I'm hoping with any luck at all they'll come running in droves to see you. And I've sent a note out to some of my writer friends so they can come and give you some media coverage, because I would really appreciate it if they were able to do that. I think you're a terrific guy with a terrific future in film. I want to make sure that I extend my invitation to you. My film festival is coming up in July in New York City. And so if you're going to be available and around and you want to come and speak on an actor panel, I would be more than happy to host you if you would. If you've got the time, obviously. And I can certainly send you the information, but I think it would be neat. You've got some great experiences on the stage play side of things, which I think is important. Most of the actors that attend these have done film, television, etc. So I think you'd be able to offer a bird's eye view on some things that other people can't. So definitely keep it in mind. I'll send you the information. You know what I mean? It's mid to end of July, July 21st to July 23rd. And there'll be some interesting people. There'll be celebrities there. It'll be a nice chance to network. And then you can meet some of my director friends, and then hopefully they can cast you. I don't think we could do any better than that. I think it would be absolutely awesome. Now, I'm going to read off a bunch of different places where people can find you. So I'll read these all off. Let me know if I've missed anything, if you would, please. Just so you folks know, I'm going to spell his name for you in case you're not familiar with it. It's Raheem, and your last name being Brock, B-R-O-C-K. So these are all the ways to find him. Obviously, his foundation is RaheemBrockFoundation.com. Statistics reference to his football career, obviously NFL.com. He has a Facebook personal page and also a page for the Raheem Brock Foundation. Wikipedia, LinkedIn, Snapchat, IMDb, Instagram, 2 places. His name, again, Raheem Brock, and, of course, Raheem Brock, FDN, standing for the foundation. And the Twitter handle is @Raheem Brock. And, again, B-R-O-C-K is the last name. Have I missed anything? Obviously, of course, the Producers Club, and I'm going to be posting all this information on my show page and my personal page. But clearly, it's on there as well. Have I missed anything? No, I just wanted to be clear that I didn't miss any part of you. Super important.
Yeah,
awesome. Absolutely.
I think you got everything.
I try. Well, us journalists, we try to be thorough and we try to take care of our guests. So, yes, definitely. So I'll make sure to make a post up and make a point of letting everybody know and remind everyone in the New York City area. Of course, May 20th, 6 o'clock, Producers Club. The name of the production is called Safe. Definitely. I'll send you the information on my festival, and please keep me posted. If the play extends itself out or if you've got another thing that you've got going on production-wise, I'd love to come and see you in person. I think that would be great.
Okay, thank you. I will.
I'll
definitely keep in
wonderful.
touch.
Well, I appreciate that, my dear, and thanks for giving me the time to come on the show. It's been great.
Yeah, thanks for bringing me on. Anytime.
Feel free to come back anytime you like. We have a nice open audience here, so we're always welcome. We're always willing to have people come back. So please do keep in touch.
I will.
All right, dear. Take care. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.
Okay, you too. All right, thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Tell me that he was not awesome or what? Oh, my gosh. Amazing and terrific. And he's had such a great career, and he's built himself a foundation, not only as it relates to charitable things, but he is also making a significant mark as it relates to his acting career. And I'm really excited. I forgot to ask him this, but obviously, of course, in doing my work, there were a couple different TV series that he's done. Case in point, Deep Undercover, Liberty and Justice, and Hunter. Also, he produced a production called Who Matters. If you hop onto either Amazon or you go ahead and go back onto the Internet and just type these in, you should be able to at least either check them out, like I said, on Amazon or YouTube, just to get a sense of what he does from the acting perspective. I mean, clearly, obviously, most of you are football fans, so I'm assuming you've seen him on the football field, but it's worth the time invested to go ahead and check out some of these other things that he's got going on in the acting world. He has himself a very bright future. He's obviously a very distinguished young man. I mean, when I say young, obviously I'm 47, so he's a little younger than I am. But He's a very, very nice man with a very nice future ahead of him. So again, my big thanks to Raheem. I'm going to read off all of the ways to find him one more time. Obviously, he's on IMDb. He has a Wikipedia profile, LinkedIn, Snapchat. His Twitter handle is at RAHEEM Brock. Instagram, 2 places, Raheem Brock and Raheem Brock FDN for the foundation. His websites are NFL.com as well as RaheemBrockFoundation.com. And his Facebook, he has a personal page, and I think he still has room in terms of getting new friends, and the Raheem Brock Foundation. I do not want to be, God, if I could talk today. I do not want to forget to mention Tavia. Without Tavia and without Gigi, I would not have had this wonderful guest on my show today. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate having someone on this show like this, of that caliber. First of all, as I mentioned at the start of the show, I've never interviewed a former NFL athlete of any kind. Typically, up until this point in time, the opportunity never really presented itself. So without you, Tavia, and without your recommendation, Gigi, this never would have happened. So I am very grateful to the both of you that you allowed him to come on the program and to showcase some of his work and to talk about some of his talents. I really, really, really appreciate it. I cannot thank you enough for this. I was excited and a little bit nervous today. Hopefully I've done a satisfactory job, and hopefully we'll get a full house at the Producers Club this coming Saturday. As I said, folks, it's May 20th at 6 p.m., Producers Club. The name of the production is called Safe. His character is Colin Drake, obviously, and again, a fictitious baseball team, as he started to talk about. The plot and the synopsis sounds absolutely wonderful. As I said, if I would have been in New York City, I would have done a full-length review of it myself. I encourage everybody to go out and check it out. It's $30 for the tickets. To the best of my knowledge, it's not sold out as of yet, so I really appreciate it if one and all would go out and check it out. Again, want to remind everybody, I'm back on the air tomorrow morning, 11:30 Central Standard Time. Linda Booker is coming on. She is, of course, the director and producer of a production called Straws. strawsfilm.com for the website in terms of finding her. And this is without wine, folks. So please tune in tomorrow. Oftentimes what I find is the most independent film directors are really lacking the backing and the support. And she is an individual that's still looking for post-production funds, post-production support as it relates to her film. Please, please, please make it a point to tune in tomorrow, 11:30 a.m., otherwise Friday, 1 o'clock Central Standard Time. Sue Phillips, who is the CEO and founder of Centurium, will be talking about the Sin Chanel line, along with 50,000 other things as it relates to fragrance and perfume. Thanks so much to my listening audience today for your time and attention. I am nothing without you guys, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Take care.
What you doing?
Ran out of space on my phone, so I'm deleting some stuff. By singing dog. By goal.
I pronounce you.
By wedding ceremony.
Stop. At Metro PCS, you get 2 free phones with twice as much memory.
Really?
Don't say bye to your memories. Switch to Metro PCS and get 2 free LG K20 Plus phones with 32 gigs when you switch 2 lines. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.
What you doing?
Ran out of space on my phone, so I'm deleting some stuff. By singing dog. By goal.
I pronounce you.
By wedding ceremony.
Stop. At Metro PCS, you get 2 free phones with twice as much memory.
Really?
Don't say bye to your memories. Switch to Metro PCS and get 2 free LG K20 Plus phones with 32 gigs when you switch 2 lines. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figured out. Coverage not available in some areas. Sales tax not included in phone price. Excludes numbers on the T-Mobile network. See store for details and terms and conditions.